Quick! I was busy yapping about curtains and fucking shit.
Round one. Capture the objective.
Oh, I'm bloody late, aren't I? Thank God the mods are here still doing their job. Do I do any... I'm not even sitting down for the casting now. I'm here, guys. Gen.G won the first fight. It's Mauga versus Ram. Kaneo with a quick opening pick as well. Redemption for Gen.G. Is it too early to call it? Not at all. It's time to call it. They're back. Sim Ram was the answer. And no Gen.G for Who Are You? It was an Ana and Orisa ban forcing them out of this. And Vesla wants to play the Mauga. Matches up quite nicely into the Ram on paper. Shockwave going to go in this left-hand side. Well, actually, everyone's coming this left-hand side. Full flip out. They get out for choke for free. Normally the difficult part of it. Bit of space to work with now, but Kaneo still holding this off angle. Brig can't do much, but just show Kaneo his shield. J-Will and Gala have got kills. the flank has just pushed out, got all of this. And Gen.G's hold collapse. That's it. Cancel it. Cancel it. They're not back at all. They're washed. It's over. It's over. It's a 3-0. Let me crank the volume a little bit on this as well. I need more game sounds.
Hello.
Seen enough, we're going to call it. Simwall is nearly up for Who Are You? Simwall nearly up for Who Are You? Going to swing out here. Wide swing from Zodial, looking for a bit of poke damage to get themselves out of this choke. And there's the bowler coming out, connects onto Zox as well. I didn't really talk about that. I've only just clocked it. I actually don't do it during the casting, do I? Well, that bowler kill is going to lead to an opening for Vesla to walk forward. They're going to clean up the rest of the kills and looking pretty good for it. Strong fight there, and most importantly, not that cheap, just a bowler. Look at Shockwave, he's already got 56% already. What a joke. Infinite ultimates for the Freya. Sneaking through underneath, but Jay was going to find a pulse bomb. This is going to shut down the retake. Captive Sun from Kanale as well. On top on his Briggs, trying to pop. Fixer has popped him. Finishes with the melee, but Vessler can trade it. Still numbers advantage for VP, and they will keep him contained at this choke. Jaywu looking for more. Forces his format as well. Trades that one for the recall. You see Virtus.pro, they're trying to play a little bit of whack-a-mole right now. Someone pokes their head out left, hit him. Someone pokes their head out right, hit him. You guys understand how whack-a-mole works. Mag's going to swing out left side, but another bowler kill for Shockwave onto Zodial. Only a 1-for-1 trade as the slam comes in. Cage into this raid, but look at Beret. It's a great cage, actually. Beret's leaving. Great cage by Vessler. Isolates them away from Beret. Annihilation to try and clutch it from Mag, but he is massively outnumbered. Rally in his face. Bash, Nair, and Virtus.pro going to take map number... round number 1. Simwall back from spawn. Bash underneath is going to deny any real value from that. And does anyone have some Zox Crispy lore? Did they mention it on broadcast or anything? I can do that, Salem, yeah. Crispy was shot. A bullet wound. Always thought of Crispy as the kind of 50 Cent of Overwatch. Fantasy will reset each stage, Duck Gamer. We're hoping to have Korea up and running for stage 3 as well, but I think initial plans, everything's nothing's locked in yet. But thinking very much it's going to be a separate region. So there'll just be EMEA plus NA, and then there'll be Korea. But more to be announced. We're over to Sanctuary, which means it is time to ball Virtus.pro. They don't want to ball, though. They want to play a classic comp. Double hit scan-esque. I know Freya is projectile hero. Double poke. Gala going to join the fray with a bit of poke here as well. So Virtus.pro, it's all about the angles. Gen.G, Mag, who are you? They want to be shutting down these angles. Mag is going to try and slam the rotation. Fixer is just out in the open. Zodiac was want to duel with Shockwave off screen. Lots of trouble right now for Jaywu as well. Boots out of a lamp. Nice and easy for the ball comp here from Gen.G. Vessler are left alone. We'll see the swap sack come in now. Potentially a Brig on the cards for Virtus.pro here. Could be Fixer. Could be Gala. It's going to be a Freya. Tracer. Oh, it says it's a full. It's a 5 hero swap. Virtus.pro doing this quite a lot. They start on the comp they think is best, but they're not afraid to change everything. Means they'll be a little bit behind on ult charge, but it was a very quick first fight, so, you know, 10, 15, 20% on most of these ults. Zodiac going to be the big difference one, as he nearly has that early bowler. Vessler's going to get on the D.Va now, and now Virtus.pro can go a little bit more toe-to-toe with this matchup. Their backline will be a lot more durable. They don't have to worry about angles as so much. They really just want control the main angle with their D.Va core, and then a couple of, maybe the Brig and the Tracer, controlling one of these side angles. Probably trying to deny Zodiac will get too much value. If Vessler can have a team up onto that Freya as well, a great opportunity. But they've kind of just forced the point. Where is Gen.G? Where is the touch? Where is the contest? Can my ball touch? Can my Tracer touch? Guess the answer is no. Bowler out as well. Zodiac gets Shockwave with that one, and Zodiac keeps committing forwards here. D.Va's going to fly into his face, so he gets traded right out. And Vessler, we've seen the power of a D.Va into Freya. We've seen the power of a D.Va in a lot of these compositions. Lots of opportunity for Vessler to get quite a lot done. And they will be able to chase them all out. Gen.G, after conceding that early flip, have to concede all the space as well. And this will actually equalise the ult situation as well for Virtus.pro. Support sort of caught up a fair amount. Mag getting closer to the mines. He's trying to poke his way past his Tracer now as well. Looking for a slam onto main. Just sort of rolling around. Bit of a drive-by. Tourism right now for Mag, but we need a little bit of impact. Can we find a key target? Can we connect with Who Are You? Can we put some pressure on this backline? For now, though, just taking the side fight, trying to make their way in. Zox has taken a lot of pressure. Vessler's down to half HP. They actually finish it. Torpedoes from Gala to claim that one. Vessler's going to get DMEX. Has for self-destruct. Recall! Get behind the wall. Who Are You will be okay. Has a pulse bomb available as well. Fighting out with his Freya. No recall, though, so has some PD peak. Jaywu is on the hunt, though. Trade snap. Behind a body block for Mega. Pulse bomb's a miss, though. Can't confirm that kill onto Mag, but still in control of the point. So will be comfortable. Thank you, Sour the Bash, as well, for the 15 months. It's a 50 cent situation, Sour the Bash, with Crispy. All the ults coming back for Gen.G. 5 on the board. Virtus.pro have both support ults as well, so it'll be a big ult trade. Kitsune Rush onto the point. Fix is going to match with the rally, just trying to hold their ground here, Virtus.pro. The Kitsune Rush not great for the ball to use. Bowler's going to be blocked by that rally as well. Vessler is really low, doesn't have it as well. Trying to avoid these mines is Shockwave. Freya can fly. Bowler out into a whole lot of nothing, really. They've demexed Vessler here. If they can keep Mag alive, they have a significant advantage. They've lost Zox on the point, but Shockwave has now been isolated, trying to get over a C9. Oh, come on. My thoughts exactly, Mitch. Five ults. A D-mech onto the Diva before the fight starts. And it was right. That was the opportunity. Goes begging. It's Virtus.pro win. I mean, you know, Virtus.pro are the favourites for this. You know, I probably even would have predicted a 3-0 coming in, but there's ways to lose, right? You go down fighting. Even Frosttails, you know, make it a dogfight. Make him earn it. Threaten a comeback. Take him all the way on New Junk City. Sad way to lose that Sanctuary there, where in theory, being able to play the ball version there, the ball comp is nice on Sanctuary. You saw some of the problems. It immediately forced for swaps from VP. We certainly can see the score calculator. Did anyone gamble on V? Because sorry, does Gen.G have a double this week, right? Yeah, Gen.G have a double, and Frosttails is the next one. Did anyone gamble on the Gen.G players? Did anyone gamble on Zox? You got Who Are You in? Alright, scores on the doors. Not a whole lot of points around at all, actually. Jamie with a 3, minus 0.5 for Fixer. Gala with a 4, actually the top scorer in this one. Vessler 2.5. Mag went positive, at least got a point on the board. Minus 0.5 for Zodiel and Kanale. Minus 2.5 for Who Are You? Title, thank you, Claire. You know, it takes a village to run a stream. And I've got a great village here. Yeah, Creed did gamble for a 3-0, or gamble against a 3-0 for Gen.G. So, Creed is living dangerously. Yeah, yeah, a few people seem to have taken the Who Are You gamble, right? Very much hoping to see some Gen.G. It's going to be Runa Sappy for our next map. All right, hold on. Let me rename the VOD before I forget. And that was the OWCS versus Frosttails match. Could you please clack the AQ game on the website? Yeah, we've got the scoreboards for all the Face It points that bugged, so the points will be added. Obviously, it might take a little bit longer because we're adding them manually rather than being automated, but they will be going on. Why is Mag not on Diva? You should pronounce Gen.G and Genji the same way. I'm pronouncing it. Who are you? Is there any point VP banning Genji at this point? Well, he's not bloody playing it, is he? Not bloody playing it, is he? I mean, we have seen the Freya ban in Korea enable a decent amount of Genji. Need Genji on Diva, Juno Brig. All right, Ice is coming in for Vest, finish Runa Sappy as well. Now, Smash talks a lot about Ice being in for as the Winston guy, the Winston specialist, but obviously Ice still has a fairly, well, as well-rounded as an EMEA tank player's hero pool can be. So could still just be playing D.Va or even Orisa in these ones. Could be a situation where they're just happy to give Ice for game time. Is this shifting the bets? Gen.G are the favourites with Ice in? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, if you have invested in the Gen.G players... Oh yeah, he was really good at Hazard as well. Good shout, no idea. What I was going to say is, if you have gambled on the Gen.G players, what you're really hoping for, because this was always going to be a tough game for them, what you're hoping for is this game here, minimal damage mitigation in terms of point scoring, and then hoping Gen.G farm versus Frosttails. That's what you're hoping for if you've gambled on Who Are You as Zodiel was probably some of the most popular players that have been picked up here. Didn't Ice played one map, right? Didn't Ice win his map? Did you play map number 1 versus Quick? Was it only Oasis? I did watch this game, but so many holes in my brain it's hard to remember. Yeah, 1 is 1. I guess what this also does, from a fantasy perspective, is it devalues Vestler a bit, doesn't it? Because if he's splitting game time, he's just missing out on X number of points. You guys are spinning. Practicing some trainee doctors in the chat. Alright, sorry, where are we ban-wise? Illari banned from Gen.G. We have seen VP play a fair amount of it. I don't know how worried you are about this. I mean, we saw OWCS leaning into the Illari as well, but it wasn't straightforward for VP with that version of a comp either. Oh, sorry, for OWCS, I should say. Yeah, so Orisa ban on the other side from VP. So where are they trying to force this matchup? To Hazard? Just to D.Va? Probably to D.Va, right? It's probably to D.Va. Will Mag take the mirror? I didn't watch the Gen.G games from week 1. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the max, how much Mag D.Va did we see? 10? That's too much. That's too much. Honestly, a 4 would be too high. He's on Mauga now. Ice is on Ball. Let's see if that one sticks. Saw 1 sub map of Winston. I mean, to be fair, it does feel like Winston's become an increasingly difficult hero in the meta. Which means it's maybe just bad for Gen.G. Alright, Runasapi kicking us off, and it is going to be Mauga up against the Hazard. Ice coming in for that one. Lucio, Juno as well. So, eyes on the Virtus.pro backline. A squishier backline might mean more devs, might mean a few more negatives in the fantasy category. Who Are You will be on Tracer with this. Has rolled out the far side, top of our screen right now, playing this angle, trying to corral Virtus.pro into the corner, set Mag up for a stomp. It's just a bit of a drive-by, but Who Are You? He's made that backline look squishy, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. 4v4, Jaewoo dives onto Zodiel, shuts down that Freya threat. Still in the backline is Who Are You, looking for a little bit more. I seem to have dropped in quality, but Gala has dropped off the face of the earth. Kanail takes that one down before getting traded back. Very scrappy opening. Jaewoo and Who Are You gonna get a killer piece, and Ice and Jaewoo will live to tell the tale. Getting this robot moving forward for Virtus.pro. Not too many ults to speak of, except for, of course, Shockwave nearly has a bowler ready to go. Who Are You not opting to swap either here? Does feel at least in the mirror. I mean, to be fair, Lucio Juno, the Tracer is a good pick. I think it is the better hero. And he did find that early kill onto Fixer. So as much as I also want to see the who are you Gen.G as much as possible, this one it makes sense. But whoa! Round the corner, slash in the face. The backline has been deleted. Not enough torpedoes in the world to save that one. And a bit too much gravity in the world for Zox as well. And it is another quick fight. No ults required. Neutral won by a country mile. And it is all Virtus.pro so far. Mag has gone Diva. Again, I think the swap is reasonable. The heroes for comps that we're seeing, this is a reasonable comp matchup for Gen.G. It doesn't play into the strengths of their players at all, but on paper, I think the matchup is okay. It's not translated into that. Bowler comes out from Shockwave. Doesn't look like we found too much of a connect on that one. Gen.G with a chance to swing back. Ice down to half HP. Huiyu has been forced to recall. Slows this one down. Jehu has the blade ready to go, but he has no health. Can't use that blade anymore. Player advantage now as they swing through the high ground. Split formation as they invest in that side fight. Mag's going to come help out on that as well. He's committed very deep. And a player down. Virtus.pro are just trying to back out, buy some time. Ice needs to be careful, though. I don't know if he can get all the way out. Kaneo's going to pop a rally. Ice continues to try and disengage, but he's taking so much damage. Gala tries to save him with the raid, but it's too late, and the bowler hits Shockwave. The blade is out from Jehu, but we are finding one. Need a little bit more, though. Jehu's just going to die on point. A single trade. It is a brig, so it's one of the better trades you can get there. But Virtus.pro try and turn that fight. Maybe caught in two minds between disengage and go forward. Quick check on the scores. Who are you? Only at 1 death. Ice is 8-1. Anyone get a budget Ice in the mix there? Could be really good, actually. Double support ult was invested there from Gen.G, so it is ult advantage for Virtus.pro. A chance to go aggressively with this beat, and we've seen Ice come flying round. There is that beat engaged, looking for them in the sky, and Ice will finish off Zodial all over this Freya so far. 1-for-1 trade, though. Backline now falling. They're going to keep the robot moving forward. Mag is stuck behind on low HP. Really just both front lines throwing us at the back lines, putting them under severe pressure. Mag's going to have to self-destruct a remake. He is still deep behind off our screen right now. Messy situation as both teams are trying to regroup here. Bowler and Downpour available for Virtus.pro. Now, Mag can just eat all of this, so hope he's a hungry lad because he's got a lot of work to do in this next fight. Keeping the payload stuck at this corner. Slash comes in as the speed rings are exchanged. Not all that much. Dash through. Torpedoes out. Downpour comes through now. Kaneo shield up though, so nothing for that one with Ice. Now the bowler comes through as well. Nothing for that one with Shockwave. Zodi was going to get top back up and has a chance with his own bowler right now. Coming back round the corner. They've lost Kaneo. J-Woo's found 2 on this flank as well. Speed rung in. Mag's going to find a couple of trades. They're not out of it yet. I mean, Virtus.pro, they might technically win this fight as they finish off a baby here as well with Ice. But the payload's actually getting stolen a little bit as well. Yeah, so Ice is going to have to disengage. So nothing really gained for Virtus.pro in that exchange of ultimates. The Downpour, the bowler, all of these ults are kind of more... They're not ults you necessarily plan the fight around as much. You can't just look for a cooldown to punish, look to try and hit it, see if you find the value. Ice connects that slash, forces Kaneo a bit back around the corner. Gen.G nearly have both support ults ready to go. Mag is back on the Mauga. Wall on him as they try and poke him out here a little bit. Onus is on Gen.G as they are the ones in the 70-meter odd deficit. Huiyu is behind as the Ray push comes out from Zox, but Virtus.pro are pretty far back, so it's just a stroll of a disengage. Jables maybe separated a little bit behind him, but can Huiyu get any help? Needs a bit of help. Gala's 1 HP. Here comes Mag. Sets Gala on fire. Helps finish that kill. Jay was going to try and trade out. Kaneo pops for rally to make sure nothing goes wrong. And it looks like nothing will go wrong here. Just Jay-Woo to worry about now, but Kaneo has got that shield in his face. Rally to seal the deal. But it was 2 support ults. The first, Ray being completely kited, forces the next support ult, which means while Gen.G get on the front foot, they'll clean up here, even a couple of late kills. They are going to be at a big deficit now. Virtus.pro, both support ults coming back, both DPS ults coming back, maybe even a Downpour if they need it. If anything, it's a luxury of riches from Virtus.pro. They need to keep it lean. To try and turn this 5 ult bank they're about to have into multiple fights. Who are you? Going to reveal his location on the flank. Maybe just try to buy attention. Pulse Bomb kill would go a long way here. Gets caught up a little bit in main. Blinks all the way through. Pulse Bomb on the floor. Doesn't convert the kill. Shockwave can though, and J-Woo is all over this one. Finished off with a bit of help from Shockwave. Will dash back to finish this Mauga too. Not the cleanest blade we've ever seen, but it gets the job done. They'll kill Who Are You on point as well, and Virtus.pro can take this back over to the other side of the map, pick up Shockwave from spawn. Who Are You's actually managed to lurk his way out there. Fantasy Who Are You holders. So, awful way to say that. People who have Who Are You on the fantasy team, rejoice! He saved his KD, he's got out of there. Cage coming up soon for Mag, but Fixer will have for Rally, and the Downpour is available for Ice. Remember, the Downpour can still land in a cage because there is no roof. So the Downpour can be a pretty good counter because while you might be locked in a cage, they will be rooted to the spot. So a pretty reasonable matchup here for Virtus.pro for these X2 ults. They can start with the Rally, Downpour if they get stuck in the cage. Also worth noting, and it seems like Virtus.pro at least leaning that way for now, they can just play it slow, play this high ground. Look how far back Gala is right now. Force Gen.G to try and make a move, but Gen.G aren't going to be willing to do that until they have their ults ready to go. Maybe at least a bowler to start walking in with. Holding the side space here are Fixer and Jwoo, forcing Gen.G to take the engage up this slope. Trying to walk up a little bit more now. Fixer is looking for an opportunity, trying to deny his flank. Misses the bash onto Who Are You, who has got through behind him. Now Bowler comes out, doesn't find anything. Downpour will lock down Zodial, but the cage is up. They are locked in there. Zodial dies as a result of that Downpour wall in the corner, but it's not enough to save Ice. Mag's got two hands, and he's got a gun in each of them. Blast right through that 4v4. Still playing, but Joe is coming in from the flank now all around him, and they clean this fight up. They sacrifice Ice in the cage, and they were able to get the kills around it. Downpour connects onto Zodial, probably the key one to help set that up. Quick scoreboard check here. Who Are You only at 2 deaths? 13 and 2, not too shabby. Really trying to go positive for all these fantasy owners. Double support ult now for Gen.G. It's been a pretty sort of nothing burger of the last few minutes in terms of teams just trading ults, not gaining or losing too many meters. So significant advantage for them as we take this Freya battle. Gonna win it, but gonna get traded, so Freya's full for both teams. Who Are You is now on this brig. Fixer is low. Who Are You should be able to convert this kill. There we go. Jwoo's gonna invest for Blade anyway. They want to keep going forward. They kill Kaneo with it, turning onto the Hazard now, but block is up, so no meaningful damage for Jwoo. Tries to find the Juno instead. Finds nothing. Ice has come to help out, so Zox is still in more trouble. They will find that kill. They've lost Ice behind. Can Jwoo just do it all? He might just do it all. Gets another kill and dashes out. Meanwhile, stalling out the point is Shockwave, forcing this recall onto Who Are You, and Jwoo might even chase this Tracer down. He's got pack support, but there are more players on the high ground. They have to keep their eyes on Who Are You, has a pulse bomb. It's going to be a raid trade on point. Not too many ults to combo with it, so it might just be a straightforward trade. Mag is taking the Hazard Mirror now as well. Again, Virtus.pro choose to slow the game down. Only a minute left on the clock. They can force the fight to come out. Raid trade comes through now. Bowler into that raid trade as well to try and help him over. Not too much meaningful damage. Pressure onto Shockwave now. Who Are You can't find the melee, but gets the kill regardless. Now he's turning his attention onto the Hazard. Lots of targets for the cleanup. Downpour comes through. Recall is going to be forced. Don't think anyone was actually locked up. The wall ends up blocking the pulse bomb as well. They've lost Kaneo, and Virtus.pro might be turning it. The whip shot into a wall. Fix around the corner, and Gen.G play a disadvantage. It's going to be a reset again. And Gen.G just can't get any forward motion. Virtus.pro playing on this high ground. 20 seconds left on the clock, and Gen.G, they need everything to work. Zodial just walked in. They can't see him. Zodial's invisible. They didn't expect him. They didn't see him. He's going to get a kill. He gets traded for it, but what a kill onto Gala. Can they turn this into something? Rally on point for Fixer to try and close it out. Mag is coming back with a Downpour. Downpour is up in the sky. Did we find anything? Mag is low HP. We need healing. We need the high ground. He can't make it out. Ice trades that one. The bash lands onto Who Are You. 1 HP. Manages to give a mini. Fixer is hunting him down. They've got the tank advantage. They need to keep touching, trying to clean up these players on point. Ice is trying to bully the brig back right now. Wolf there, but the pocket from Zox in the sky is good. Gen.G are closer to their spawns as well, so they have a chance, and BP realise it. They just back out, regroup on middle, and Gen.G, they have a bit of a lifeline. They have a lifeline, they have a rally, they have a pulse bomb, but Jay was coming in with Blade. Kaneo has the rally, could be the perfect answer. Trying to cut him out of the sky. Nearly misses him, gets him just in time. Only 1 for 1 so far. Kaneo has the rally on point. Bash onto Jay with his 1 HP. Who Are You turns that kill as well. Mag keeping the point anchored now with Kaneo. And Who Are You? He's chasing down his brig again. Pulse bombs him, can't convert the kill. Who Are You? Can't find the kill on the backline. He comes back to deal with the Hazard instead. But now Fixer and Gala, they're coming to help Ice. Ice is low HP. He needs more help. He jumps back. back. Remember, it's Gen.G who have to stay on the robot in all of this. They catch Gala on the way out, pushing for more. Have to be careful not to stagger here. The point! Bash onto it from Kaneo to stop the C9. Don't get overexcited chasing these kills. They will be able to get the Brig wall off. They need to keep point contested. Mag needs to come back and deal with Ice. He's half HP behind. He's going to die on point now. Who are you? Takes over the touch. He's bowled. He's 1 HP. He's going to die as well. Mag is back just in time to get downpoured. And VP will be good for the hold. Difficult situation to manage. And VP take map number 2. Hoping for another ice map, eh? Oh. Thank you, Zodiac Hunter 1.
Mag playing Mystery Heroes.
Yeah, he's tried a few. Creed's bank account is in shambles. I mean, we can all see what trajectory this series is in. All right, let's get the points for map number 2. So looking at the bottom 2 tables on our screen. What are we working with here? Positive for Who Are You? 4 points for Who Are You? If you have gambled on Who Are You, mainly for that Frost Tales match, Who Are You might be doing alright enough for you. -1 for Mag. That's going to balance out his +1 there. -4.5 for Kaneo. -5.5 for Zodial. 11 deaths for Zodial. On the flip side of things, Shockwave and Fixer are both at break even. But it's Ice, Jwoo, who are the big winners. 8 for Jwoo. I have Jwoo. Nice, Jwoo. 8 points in the bag for me. Ice on 7.5, also very respectable. Decent score for a budget player. Gala with a 0.5 to top that up. If we go up to the total scores so far, we're going to see Mag as broken even. Who Are You has snuck his way into positive, while Kaneo, Zodial, and Zox all remain very much in the negative side. Jwoo ends up being the big winner here, partly because of the point split between Ice and Vestala. Ice got way more points than Vestala did on this occasion. Gala remains positive. Fixer's still slightly negative. Yeah, I think we might have to do some boosting of the scoring for stage 3, but just make it feel a little bit better, because I guess it's still, like, the scale is right, but we just want to, I think the scaling is fine, but we just want to move it all up a little bit, you know? Make it a bit harder to go negative, and maybe a bit rewarding, even if you just win by small margins. But anyway, problems for stage 3. We're learning as we go. But as a person who owns Jwoo, it's a win. Can't own people, that's fucked up. I got Ice and Gala, you're happy? Oh, done well off the Ice one there. Miss the old way, Evan says on YouTube chat. Yeah, I mean, I think Who Are You might feel the same way right now too. My first thought is half-ish the death penalty, make losing slightly less bad and don't incredibly boost rolling. Yeah, I was thinking either that, Toby, or we reward eliminations a little bit more, because currently it's 3 eliminations for 1 point, maybe change that to 2 or something. I mean, we could maybe do both. I mean, the nice thing for stage 3 is what we're going to have is a wealth of data. So we can sort of run the scenarios and see how the scoring would look. Look at the damage, doesn't contribute much. Yeah, that's another interesting. Do we want to actually reward damage and healing more? Because is damage and healing actually... I mean, it's all limited data in reality, right? Because eliminations and deaths... Because eliminations are obviously, you know, they're not final blows, it's just everything. Generally speaking, the winning team is just rewarded. So rather than doing like a win bonus, the eliminations and deaths probably take care of that as well. And maybe actually the damage and healing should be bigger impactors in terms of the scoring. Basic does track final blows. Yeah, I wonder if final blows ends up being like unfairly distributed. You know, like my guess would be the DPS would be dramatically rewarded for that. Because also with final blows, you know, sometimes the final blows are well earned, but also sometimes it's just, you know, the person just gets the last hit, right? Tracer cleans up. Yeah, I remember when we did some, like, sort of earlier versions of this, Reaper was one that... Reaper does so well for cleanup kills. Like, if people play Reaper, especially if it's a quite Reaper-heavy meta, you get quite a lot. Yeah, it does track assists as well. You know, so if we look here, for example, this is the Faceit scoreboard we're looking at now, with all the data available. Say something like Fixer getting 13 assists. That would sort of boost Fixer's score up a little bit. The problem with assists is not all heroes get assists. So there's a little bit of... Some heroes are punished for what is essentially no good reason, right? They're not punished because the person wasn't playing very well. Just some heroes are prone to getting less assists than others. So it becomes like a weird fluctuation hero to hero, which doesn't feel as good. Alright, map number 3, Saravasa. Not with a Faceit data, no, Banter Life. Alright, Vesta is back in. Mag is back on the Diva. Belief in Gen.G is wavering financially. Yeah. Same reasoning with mitigation. Yeah. Lucio is going to be banned by Gen.G, forcing a Juno Brig. Well, probably hoping for a Juno Brig mirror, but obviously Virtus.pro, they need no invitation to play a slower version of the comp. They're going to play for angles. Gala is on his trademark Alari. Shockwave on the Ashe. Trying to play it slow, but good news. Who are you fans? Rejoice. He's on Gen.G. Rock from Vessler onto said Gen.G, but who are you? Will be fine. Pardon me. Bit of space to work with now. Mag is going to try and get on this backbone. The Diva is a very good matchup here into the BAP, into the Alari. Corralling them back right now. And Vessler's been a little bit isolated here. The double pocket not enough. A shift for nothing can't save him. Jaywee's managed to find a trade in all of this, but tank advantage means Gen.G can just stabilize on point. Remember, they flipped the cap first as well. And Vessler will be taking that swap onto the Orisa. I imagine we'll see Virtus.pro swap more of the comp. Again, Virtus.pro never a team shy from swapping significant parts of the comp if it's not working. But an opening pick for Shockwave might mean it will just work right now. They can start to swing out on point. Vessler can start forcing the objective. And the onus on Gen.G is to go past the Orisa right now. Window and Lamp used to try and keep them all alive. Gen.G can't go through anymore. Kineo was going to die. Worst possible time, really. You were so close to rally. DMEC onto the point. And a retake for just a window. Obviously, the opening pick goes a long way in all of that. You look where that window was in terms of where the Lamp was. Imagine if Zodiac was still alive, just throwing those take aim bolts in there. All of a sudden, that fight could have looked at very different. We could have seen a lot more kills coming Gen.G's way. So Shockwave's pick does a lot in the short term, a lot in the long term. Retake now. Gen.G have plenty of ults to do it with. Can start with the rally, try and create a little bit of space, but maybe set Who Are You up for this blade. Virtus.pro have a few mitigation tools. No great defensive ults like support ults, really. The Captive Sun is an offensive one, more than offensive. Kineo's going to start with that rally. Captive Sun in response. Bowler to try and shut that one down. Gala gives it the Duke, though. Looking for an opportunity with this one. Needs to find a way past the Diva if he can as well. And, well, he finds a way past the Diva, but he also finds his way past everything. Mag will force him back right now. Bob out on point. Who Are You will be waiting to after this for a blade. Goes for it, but Bowler shuts him down. Wait, Jaywee's with the Bowler. Shuts that one down completely. Great shot from him. More for Jaywee's. This is why I put him in my fantasy team. Great one. Shuts him down. The new generation beating out the old. I said they don't have a lot of great mitigation tools for these ults, but I didn't factor in. What if you just Bowler the blade? That'll do it, right? That'll do it. Scoreboard update here. And, I mean, no surprise in some of those scores. It's looking rough. Mag has taken the Orisa mirror now. Virtus.pro still playing this BAP Alari backline with the double hit scan. So still playing the slower version. The onus is now on Mag and Who Are You. Taking this speed ring and get some stuff going. punish these players. Vix is going to have a window, and window Terror Surge, we don't see these two heroes played that often in recent history, but it's a really powerful combo. The damage boost there, but it's going to be a window to start the fight. No Terror Surge from Vessler just yet, and Vix has been booped off the map! Orisa was Mag's hero all along. 1-for-1 traders. Who Are You has been shut down. But now, Vestland's going to try and respond, but they have space on point here. Here comes the Briggs to get involved. Kaneo is awfully close. Terror Surge to finish that one off. Jaewu will claim the kill. You can see Gala and Jaewu just posted up on this high ground, laying down damage as this fight happens. Difficult area of the map for Gen.G to contest. They really need Who Are You to go with some torpedoes, maybe a Zodial peak timing as well to clear that out. But from the opposite side of the point, so Virtus.pro's backline, they found the space on the map. They're playing it, and they are just holding it. Zodial is skirting around, does find the connect onto Gala with that bowler. Now turning to fight Jaewu as well. Jaewu's bowler doesn't find all that much, and a spear from Vessler to trade it out. Still a dogfight on this point, but remember, Virtus.pro have been in control this entire time. Low HP for both. Orisa's Mag's going to try and turn it with a Terror Surge. Sets up 2 kills on both DPS. And Gen.G, they have a foothold now on D. They have control of a point, and they nearly have both support ults. Again, we talk about the nature of how the Captive Sun matches up into all of this. Not really great when you get these big support ult trades, so Gala's going to have to try and find a lot of value with this, but Gen.G very much on the front foot. Chance to push this Ray if there's an overstep as Virtus.pro try and take space. Have to be very careful with the walk-up. Jaewu has swapped over to mirror the Gen.G now. Ray push is going to come in. Vessler has used that spin. Gala looking for a Captive Sun trade, but he is the only one getting traded out of that. Zox won't even get popped. They'll be able to mark for touch onto point as well. Can we even find Jaewu on the way out? Maybe not. Save your KD, Jaewu. I need it. Shockwave will not be saving his KD. He'll get picked a little bit late, and VP will be forced to reset. They've only got one more shot at this point. And oh no, another late pick! Oh, they bled it out, and this point's just going to fall. Late deaths from VP are going to cost him a chance at a retake. Jaewu's looking like he wants to walk for it now. It's going to be a very difficult one if they choose to commit. Shockwave's coming back late with Bob. Jaewu does get the touch. He dies for it, though. I should have just saved KD, mate, honestly. Gala still walking in now on the Kiriko on the flag. That's going to get marked out by Who Are You. Bag's dealt with one in the front. Gala actually manages to trade Zodial before they deal with it. It won't be consequential. The point still goes to Gen.G's, goes in Gen.G's favour. Another death for Zodial, though. Tied up 1-1, and ult situation looking pretty good for Gen.G. Terror Surge Blade, Rally Blade, Terror Surge, all free. A bowler Terror Surge. Infinite combo opportunities for Gen.G to choose from. It's going to be a Ray Terror Surge on the other side. I think what Virtus.pro might try and do instead is try and use the Bob to mitigate a couple of these ults, and then try and use their Ray Terror Surge combo later on. Different ways to ward in these fights, and it is, of course, Gen.G who get in that early position. Vixer's going to get jumped on here, trying to give him the run around. Blade out from Who Are You? Doesn't confirm the kill, though. The pocket is good. Still looking for a slash, and Gala and Vixer, they just deal with that one. They found the kill on Shockwave on point, but Bob is out. So still essentially at 5 players here, Virtus.pro. Bob is going to help push back Mag. Vessler and Jaewu all over him as well. Chased all the way out. And, Who Are You? Try to play the carry role. Try to find that blade opportunity, but he whiffs it. So all those big ult trades don't really come into play, as it ends up being much more straightforward for Virtus.pro than they could have anticipated. So now instead, they're going to get both support up to Terror Surge and Blade, as Virtus.pro have all the combos available. Only need one more fight to secure point C2. Gen.G want to retake through the high ground. Walking up now, Convali to start the fight. I wonder if they think that Jaewu has Blade already, so maybe Kaneo was going to try and save that rally to counter the Blade out more directly. Bolt's coming in, and Kaneo dies before the fight. Disaster. Kitsune rush from Gala, and they can chase down all these kills. Who Are You's going to get shut down. They're trying to look for a trade. Gala's going to TP away, pocket everyone alive. Looks like no trades are going to be happening, just for Freya to deal with now. Shockwave will finish that. And no real chance at a recontest here, and Virtus.pro have only used one of the ults there. So they will be pretty happy with that. One round away from closing out the series now, Virtus.pro, and they're going to get 2 shots at it if they even need that. Now, we should be expecting a big ult trade, but double support ult for Gen.G versus the additional Blade from Virtus.pro. But Rally will match up nicely into the Blade. So, in theory, I think Gen.G has the better of the ults available. It all depends a little bit on the combo value Virtus.pro get. Can really go both ways. It's going to be a volatile fight. Going to be early position for Gen.G as they hold the choke. You see Zodiel on that high ground. Kaneo marking the right-hand side, pushing that Gen.G back. They're going to rally for it as well. They want to catch him. It's Ghana who tanks the bash. He's going to fall. They pushed through. They found 2 kills. They've won the side fight. Kaneo spots the opportunity, makes amends for that failed attempt at the rally on the previous point, and will secure first cap as a result, just for a single ult 2. Still going to be a game of combos. I promise you these combos are coming. It's a bonus to start it off. Not too much damage. Now the Ray Blade comes through. Jay was looking for it. Ray in response from Zox, but can't find all that much. The Terror Surge will get the job done. 1 for 1 only, though. Chase back onto point. Jay will shuts down Zodiel. They still have players alive, though, and Huayu's picks it up. It's a 3v3 as the dust settles, but Mag is really low on HP, so Jaywu deals with that. Huayu wants to take down the backline. He's got eyes on his Kiriko. Gala is 1 HP, but Jaywu comes back on point, trying to regroup with his Brig a little bit. Kaneo's just wandering around. Will drop onto point to regroup with him. Now here comes the Blade. Huayu sees a chance to clutch. He's good for 1. Chasing it down. Can't find the Gen.G, though. Forced to regroup with his team. They have got controllable points still, Virtus.pro. Are they going to keep tapping this one, keep the contest? Jay was going to touch first. Vessler can take over the touch at a certain point as well. They don't want to give the flip for free. Gala has a Kitsune rush advantage, as we've seen all the other ults traded here. So will be a disengage for Gen.G. Kind of their really only option. They're playing it slow, but Virtus.pro, they're not going to take the initiative. They have control of a point. They can play it slow. Vessler will touch now. They want to force a cooldown, a more obvious opening for Gala to hit this button. But Jay with a whip shot from Kaneo, an opening pick. Now Virtus.pro's hand might be forced. Here comes the Kitsune rush. A player down. They need the ult to try and equalize the level. Gen.G, though, quite predictable from Gala, so they take the backstep. They're walking out. Still only one more fight. Kaneo is trapped in the corner. He can't find the kill. The torpedo pocket. Here comes the whip as well. Vessler can't confirm the kill. Kaneo lives. He has a rally. Now he's trying to deal with the Kiriko on the flank, forces the TP out, and Gen.G, they get it back. All off the back of the opening whip shot. And Kaneo, you can put him in a corner, but you can't keep a good guy down. Kaneo will pop a rally to seal the flip here, and Gen.G have this foothold back. They're pushing forward, looking for a late kill. A late kill would go a long way here. Spear opportunity maybe for Mag, but there's that Gen.G in his face, so Virtus.pro are coming right back here, and Virtus.pro a Ray Terror Surge combo, but Zox has the Ray slightly earlier. He drops it. Mag nearly has the Terror Surge as well. Shockwave is trying to DP. Vessler starts with it, goes for it, doesn't find all that much. Mag now has the Terror Surge. They've lost Kaneo. Can Mag find the connect with this Terror Surge? Need eyes on Mag right now. It's the ult. It can turn it. Zodiel's won the duel with Shockwave. Terror Surge on point. Doesn't find all that much. Mag dies at the tail end of it as well. Tank advantage, but Huayu is good for 2. The guy's still got it on Gen.G. He's going to stall it out. Spear is a miss from Vessler. He's trying to beam down Huayu. Gala's there to help him. Vessler continues to anchor point, and Fixer is hunting them down, trying to stabilize here. Pocket Zodiel through everything. Kaneo is back on point as well. No ult to speak of. Mag is back on the ball. Gen.G cannot afford to lose this point. Slam onto the back as Spear to cancel Mag out of that. Vessler's being forced back. Kitsune rush on point. Blade is available for Huayu. It's another C9. It's us! It's us that are getting robbed from these C9s. Because we're getting denied. Good over. What a final fight that was, and it ends like that? You know what can always put a smile back on my face, though? 20 gifted subs from our most generous chatter. Thank you, Creed. He says, I'm never betting on these plumbers again. Thank you very much, Creed. Congratulations to everyone who won a gifted as well. Congratulations to everyone who managed to stay nimble enough to dodge it as well. Appreciate you being good to your word, Creed, and all your generosity today. Thank you very much. And, I mean, what can you do? What can you do if you're Gen.G? Can we see the C9 again? I can show you the C9 again, but if anyone has children in the room or anyone of a bit more of a sensitive nature, it might be worth taking them out of the room. This is the official warning here. Now, these scenes might be quite upsetting. So get the elderly out of the room, get the children out of the room. No one should have to see this twice. All right, so situation. Huayu and Jaywu both die. The fight is going to go on forever. Mag comes through, which means now in theory should be infinite touches. We've got Huayu coming back with the blade, and then we have probably our best player, actually definitely our best player, on his best hero with his favourite ult of them all and a chance to clutch it for us. Kitsune Rush is going to come through in a second, which forces Gen.G to slow it down a little bit. He's coming back from form, trying to give it a bit of time. And Mag rolls out. It's actually, does he get booped? Or is he just... No, he just rolls into a wall. He just rolls into a wall, unfortunately. And so you can see Kanail sort of desperately trying to respond and get on instead, but it just goes through the entire time. Yeah, Kanail maybe could have taken over the touch as well. All depends on the comms, really, who's calling what. Doesn't get back through the door. Small margins, but I mean, if you walk into a door, you walk into a door. Because then, what's the situation we're looking at here? Kitsune Rush has been mostly kited, right? Everyone seems relatively healthy. Like, I know the Kitsune Rush has just come out, but everyone seems relatively safe and healthy. And then we're just going to get a bowler opportunity for Shockwave, but just Blade v Blade to finish it. God. Thank you, Time, mate. Hope you had a good stream. Nah, T9 was criminal. Yeah, don't worry. I'm being reliably informed. Authorities are on their way to the Gen.G facility to investigate that one. Because, honestly, that was the most life we've seen out of Gen.G so far today as well, right? That was the one that felt like all of a sudden back in it a little bit, right? Competitive. Do you think Crossy is on Fraud Watch? Yeah. I mean, I think this Gen.G roster never looked like the best roster on paper on EMEA at all, right? There are multiple stronger rosters. I think with the way VPF performed, you have to put them above it. With TM's roster on paper, I'd even put TU's roster on paper above it as well, really, in terms of like overall strength of the roster. Am I forgetting someone? Yeah, Alcazar played so well as well, and actually, even on paper, their roster's pretty good, especially when you factor in how good Ziad actually is. So, I would expect them to be one of the teams on the bottom end of those sort of top few teams, but the nature of how they're losing games, both in Stage 1, I think they had questionable comp choices. Admittedly, I don't think this meta is good for them, right? Less opportunities to play Genji than there were in Stage 1. Really no opportunities to play Winston. But honestly, they had all the opportunities to play Winston in Stage 1, and they didn't bloody take them. So you get what you get. So, to answer the original part of the question, is Krusty on Fraud Watch? Yeah. I think the problems are severe for Gen.G, and it doesn't feel like there's a way out. On paper, these signings are better, right? I don't think as many people will disagree with the idea that this Gen.G roster is better than the Stage 1 Gen.G roster on paper, right? I mean, I don't know how Zox factors into all of this. I'm guessing Zox didn't play week 1, right? It was just Crispy. Yeah, not sure about Crispy. Zox played team. Oh, yeah, because he wasn't there. Yes, I don't know. It all seems a little bit of a mess, doesn't it? And the in-game performance isn't that inspiring. See, I don't know. And we know a lot of these players are good, right? Like the two Sonics that came in, Who Are You had an outrageously good Stage 1. Zodiel had a really good Stage 1 as well with Peps. Think about their regular season. Oh yeah, I can check the points while I'm yapping. I can check the points. So we know they're good players, but the team doesn't seem to be getting better. The meta definitely doesn't favour them now, to be fair. So I don't know what the move is. Don't know what the move is. I mean, to be fair to Gen.G, that was a bit of a closer map. We've got a lot of close to around sort of small negative, small positive. Zodiel at -1, 0.5 for Kanail. Zox broke even. Mag 0.5, which I think puts Mag positive actually for the series. And to be fair, if you got Gen.G this week, you are hoping for big scores in the Frost Tales game tomorrow. You just want damage mitigation. Big scorers on the VP side. Gala's going to do the best again, 4.5. 4 for Vestler. 4 for Fixer here. That props him up a little bit. Only 3 for Jaywu, but still all pretty positive scores for Jaywu. So if we go to the overall scores for this one, Mag and Who Are You have managed to remain positive, which is good news if you've gambled on either of them for Gen.G's double. Zodio on -7, Kaneo on -5.5, Zox on -5. It's a pretty brutal. Vesta on 6.5. Jaywu, match score. Happy with that for me. 14. It's not a crazy score, 14, right, for a single game. I guess the biggest scores were all the doubles last week, right? So it's not for great, but it's still a decent score and did better than counterparts. Shockwave with a 2.5 and Fixer with a 3.5, so probably pretty uninspiring, really, for the price. Gala with a 9. Pretty reasonable. Ice with a 7.5, which is actually really, for a guy who played one map, is pretty good. Obviously, in reality, this is maybe some of the problem with the VP tanks, is you've got this split playtime thing. Because if we add those scores together, right, I know they wouldn't exactly score, but that would also put the tanks from VP got 14 points as well today. So that would actually be a bit more of an impressive score, considering he only played 3 maps and all that. Yeah, I don't know how much of it was... Yeah, I mean, I guess it was also Runa Sappy.
Vistola standing by for an interview now, so Vistola, thank you
Best?
so much for joining us, you and your monitor.
What is this camera angle?
What is this camera shot, man?
Come on, Best, mate.
Yeah, I don't know how to set up the new webcam. I've never used it, so it's just kind of hanging
That's
there.
alright.
I'll try to fix it next time.
Together.
You're good, bud.
She's like out there judging the setup.
Yeah,
Vistola, what I will not judge though is the performance. You guys more than redeemed yourselves from your opening match last week. What were the big takeaways from that? Do you feel like Quick Esports taking you to map 5 kind of lit a fire under you and the team?
Not really. Like, I think we just lost a couple of maps because we weren't trying enough, and we had like no preparation. Like, I didn't even know what's their roster probably like before the game. So didn't expect them to play that good, so we kind of got caught off guard. Oh, wasn't worried.
Bet you know their names now,
This
Vest.
game, obviously, you knew that like Gen.G kind of faltered in week number 1 and looked a little bit questionable. When you come into a game against this team, is there any part of like their strategy or their team that you're trying to target? Like, what do you like, especially when it comes to like the ban strategy? Who are you going after?
Not really anything specific. We kind of just want to play our comps that we know we are strong at, and we're not worrying too much about their comps. Usually our bans are to like save supports or save tank.
Set you up.
And I guess Mag wants to play dive heroes mostly, but we know we can match him easily, so we're not worried about that.
A little scoff as he says that speaks volumes.
So that makes sense.
Vistola,
We can
great
deal
game
with that.
today. We talked to Shockwave a little bit last week about just kind of how you guys are working Ice Gnome into the team. Obviously, much better play this week from you guys overall. How do you feel like that's improving week to week? Do you feel like it's kind of building towards your guys' goals to, I guess, be a little bit more of a well-rounded team?
Yeah, right now Ice is like filling the dive role. He's playing a lot of Monkey and Hazard, and he's doing really well on that. And I'm playing the
Game's gone.
tanks
Yeah.
on ground maps.
I feel you, William. I feel you.
Benched in scrims especially, but I think it's gonna make us a stronger team overall. Be able to play more styles.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
we've
sir,
seen that
MO1.
already at the end of stage 1. Like, flexibility is really, really key when you're heading towards those tougher matchups. Vistola, we're going to let you go now. Once again, congratulations on the dub, and we can't wait to see more of you in the team. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You're up to 19th. Wait, did the scores update live, Tobes? And I didn't experience any of it live last week, so I kind of just saw the aftermath. What are we working with here, then? Like, maybe I need to drop a refresh. Oh, so if I go look at my scores now, I can see what my my week score is 21. Joey's got me 14. Kennex has got me 7. Not too shabby. And does the leaderboard update live as well? Am I up? I'm down? Bullshit. Toby, site's broken. My rank's gone down, but I scored points. If you could take a look for me, please, pal. Everyone else scored more? No, I don't think it's that, Jan. I think it's a bug. I think it's a bug. Should we see who the big dogs are? Oh, Humpty Dumpty at the top. Gooshway doing quite well. Good on you, Gooshway. Milan is doing well. Wait, is that the real Funny Astro? That's free. Oh, wait. I have brain damage. I have brain damage. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Let me try again. Yeah, I mean, this top 10 is incredibly Ziad pilled, which actually makes a lot of sense. Can I check if Trent really has UV? I think he does. Yeah, he does. He has himself as well. Let's look at our top 10 then. So, Turtle Shell at 10, Ziad owner. The only non-Ziad owner in the top 10 is Farmers. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but alright. Lots of checkmate rocket combos as well. Fixer there, maybe a bit of a weak point in these. Mohiv, Trucy, Hazim, MC, Maple. Tilche? Tilch? Wylaw. And yeah, nearly 200 points already for Kitechi. God damn. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, and second. Yeah, guys, look. These glasses aren't real. I can't see anything. I'm like Becky in OWCS. Week's not over, I'm getting number 1. Alright. Go look at 19. Who else? Oh, only from the homes. Oh yeah, Buggy West I think was 11th at the start of the day. Oh, Ziad's in 19th. He's got himself and Checkers in there. He's also taken the UB Gambit. 100% insider information from Ziad to know about that one. Any other... Oh, Psycho's doing quite well. Again, the Ziad UB combo here. See if I recognize any other names. Oh, Dip, 43. Dip, I like that as well from Dip. Betting on himself, I can get behind that big time. Yeah, I think Ramon's a good shout. Yeah, Red Eyes has got checkmate Ramon. Like, actually, Red Eyes' team looks pretty good. A little bit of a Heesung gamble, but, like, yeah, similar here. Oh, the double TU. Artistic Shrimp really going. Oh, there's Wheats. He went Zodial, though. Unlucky Wheats, mate. He must have had a massive week 1 to still be, like, top 100 after that as well. Painkiller in here, too. Have a bit of skim through the top 100. How much time have we got? So I want to grab... Yeah, we're going to secure a Dilduct neck. Next. Yeah, it's not top 100. Oh, Arthur's crept into the top 100. Or stayed in it. Secure a dildo? Yeah. What time are we on? What have we got? 10 minutes? Alright, let me grab a drink. Do I want something to eat? Maybe I'll have a donut. Maybe a donut. Are you out of the top one? Is your name the same on here? Let me see. Can I see you? Unless you're one of these. Oh no, 88. 88. Dropped to 90. Oh, lots of the big scorers here. You were top 30? Fuck. I mean, obviously, what's going to happen if you've not played Fantasy before, what always happens is obviously some of your players are going to play on Saturday and some of your players are going to play on Sunday. So if all your players play on Saturday or more of them do, you get a little bit of an artificial boost almost, you know? But then it will work out in the wash by Sunday. Ziad's ownership is like Haaland. Quick beat TU. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Let me go grab a drink then. I'll leave you with this. Oh, thank you before I go. Thank you, Septic, as well, for the 10 months. I've broken it when I've done this. Let me fix that before I go, out of respect. There we go. Yeah, Preds are open for the Sakura Dildux game as well. We'll maybe talk a little bit about it. I don't know all that much. But I'll figure it out. All right, yeah. Let me grab a drink. Maybe a donut as well. Have I earned a donut? Yeah, I think I've. I think I have. Yeah, off-brand milk thinks I have as well. That's good then. All right, be right back. Donut. It's a little donut. So I think I've got a pink one and a chocolate one. I think I'm going pink. I think I'm going pink. I'm back. Oh, where are we at? So I've just seen Evan say, let's hope Humpty Dumpty doesn't have a great fall. I think everyone's going to be preying on a Humpty Dumpty downfall. Got my donut. It's, we're very much full Simpson style here. My rose tie is at 4066. Good. Wait, hold on. Let me cut